Hi guys, Patrick Fulop here. This is Effective Martial Arts, and in this lesson, a very cool sparring session with commentary by yours truly with Rodel that you see right here, the orange belt on the side. So, a little jab over here, testing the distance. I'm blocking, leg kick, checked, going on top, going low. And here, Rodel's been training with us for just under a year, and he's been improving really fast. So you're gonna get to see a lot of cool techniques in this video. So, leg catch, but I slip it out, and here working the distance, shield block, leg kick, making him lose his balance a little bit. So high jab, low jab, body kick. I like to start really slow, usually in striking and in sparring rounds, just to feel the other person out, see what they got, see their range, see their moves, try to read the patterns, and I think that's a good strategy to adopt in striking. Also, you want to start nice and relaxed, so that both partners feel comfortable. Let's slip over here, body shot again. We'll duck under, little angle step, going high, going low. I'm trying to see what he's all about here. And there we go, striking, striking. Obviously, we're controlling the power of our strikes. That's very important for safety. Check out our safe sparring video for exactly how to do so. We do not hit, we touch with our strikes, but with correct technical execution. Playing with the head movements over here. He strikes again. I'm staying out of the range and working the angles, a little bit of footwork over here. Turtle block, answer the phone, leg kick, going on top, going low, and here on top. Leg kick to the head, very controlled, very important for safety, guys. Here, inside leg kick, again, not too hard. Block, counter, going into the clinch. Here, trying to break the posture. Over, under, grabbing the head. I'm going to see if I can get a guillotine. And I'm probably going, for a roll back guillotine. Now, I try to get on top, but he's done a good job of blocking my hips. So I'm forced to switch my position, gets my hips on the other side since I'm controlling the head on that side. Wrap it up, and guillotine finish. He should have gone to his toes in order to relieve the pressure on the choke and escape the choke. We're going to see the guillotine and defense in a future video. So a little bit more striking here. Punch and body kick on top. Body kick again, landed. Here, jab. Got pretty long reach with the hands. Body kick, putting the hips forward. High, low, high. Little uppercut. Grabbing the head again. Wrapping up the head, and I'm going for just a throw to the side takedown. Wrapping up the turtle. I'm trying to put my hooks in over here to attack the back. Making sure I post with my hand on the ground at the same time so I don't fall forward. Once I have my hooks in, I work on sinking in the choke. Going for the back mount. There we go, and the choke is there underneath the chin, and then squeeze. You always want to get your position first and only squeeze when you have it. That's true for all submissions. And Rodel again, punch on top. He's working his little strikes over here. Body shot, wrap him up again. I go for a lock double over here, locking my hands and switching the distance, switching the angle. So we'll go for a side control position over here. So now he has my head and he does not let go, even though I pass the guard. And that would be a mistake because that allows me to go for a Von Flue choke. That's what I'm working for over here, connecting my hands, working the fingertips, working the grip. I'm driving my left shoulder into his neck and locking his arm in place, and he's putting pressure with his own shoulder. And there's the tap. So that's the Von Flue choke. Look it up. We will be covering that in a future video as well. So there we go. Here, body kick, blocked. Striking again, body kick. Here, working distance, a little bit out of range. Turning side kick again. And let's see. Here, nice body kick, block with the forearms. Working distance, trying to bait him with my head forward. I like to do that sometimes and draw them out. And that's a good opportunity after that to counter sometimes. Strike on top. Catch the kick. Leads me to the double. Now I'm going to test him again. So I see if I told him to let go of the head. I'm telling him right now to let go. But now he can't at this point. He's trying to. But I'm locking him in. So I want to make it harder for myself. I was able to land this strike once. Now I tell him how to defend. But I'm still able to finish that submission again. So very important, if you're able to land something once, twice on your partner, coach him. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm explaining to him how to get out of that particular submission. So if you go, the person shoots on you and you wrap up the head, but then they pass your guard, you want to let go of that head and frame immediately and start creating distance. You do not want to hold on to someone's head when they are in side control on top of you. They will counter Von Flue choke you. Okay, and then, so we'll see. Now I'm going to test him in the application. So I go in for the clinch, body kick, get a hip motion, moving forward, reaching far, leg kick, little side kick to the leg, that's a nice one, side kick to the face, switching up the height, little head movement, body shot, lunging forward, reaching distance, nice wide base, thigh punch, here, body kick again, side kick, and here, I think I'm going to go, for another takedown. See he's wrapping up the head, but he let it go, which is very good. What I was going for. I was coaching him to do so. I still got the guard pass, though. He's keeping his elbows in, which is pretty good. Working a little bit of elbows, ground and pound, staying heavy. Now here, I start wrapping up the arm for a Americana shoulder lock. And I feel I could finish it, but I decide to coach him on how to escape. So I'm telling him elbow to your ribs. You want to bring your elbows to your ribs. There we go, and that's what he does. So very important to coach your partners when they have less experience, so they get something out of it as well when you have a sparring session. Now, beat down position over here. Great position for ground and pound. Locking the arm with my shin over here so he can't escape it. And I'm coaching him on how to do so. So palm to the ground, elbow towards the top, but that gives me the opportunity to go to mount, and I still have the arm locked over here, so type of S mount, and I take my Americana shoulder lock again because he did expose his elbow, and I want to practice that submission too, so I go nice and slow, get the finish, get the tap, and we reset on top. So it's a valuable experience for somebody who has less experience to practice with somebody who has more, so you get to see what the attacks are. And it's a valuable practice time as well when you're dealing with somebody who has less experience. You can land moves that you don't necessarily land all the time, and you can really refine your offensive skills. Rollback guillotine. This is a very nice move, rollback guillotine, but he pushes me off, does a great job, and he's fighting my hips, doesn't want me to get back on top. Very good defense from Rodel right here, but I keep on holding on to the neck and right back to my mounted guillotine. I try to finish with one arm, can't do it because he's grip fighting well, so I need to connect my hands, and that's where I get the tap. So there we go, mounted guillotine. Again, we will cover that in a future video. Don't worry, but look it up in the meantime. There's great content out there. So back to the striking range, working the turtle block. Now I'm trying to kind of test my turtle block. I want him to really strike me. So yeah, I just kind of turtle and I let him strike me. I want to see how effective my turtle block is. And I let him go loose, but then I'm going to use that to counter. Here, there we go. So I kind of make him feel comfortable and not expect a counter, and then that's when you counter. Nice lateral drop, so pushing forward, creating a reaction, and then switching direction immediately. Nice little takedown. Play that again if you want to see it, so feel free to rewind any moves that you've liked in the sparring session. Now I'm in north-south and going for the north-south choke. So he's trying to relieve the pressure by pulling on my shoulder, but he can't quite get it. And I do want to get the finish because I want to practice my finish. I want to drop my shoulder to the mat and really wiggle in place, make final adjustments, and that's where I get the tap. Now, even though he has tap, I want to tell him how to escape. So I'm telling him now to push on my head, push on my chin and elevate my head, and that's a great defense for the north-south choke because you're preventing the person from squeezing by pushing their head away, so it forces me to transition to something else. So there we go. Top side control. He's flaring the elbows a little bit, but it's good prayer position, using them to frame. Now I go to the knee on belly position. Nice platform to strike in knee on belly, and he gives me an arm, so I take it and pull the slack out of it and finish the arm bar against the elbow like this. Again, I will coach him now on how to escape the arm bar, very important. Or actually, I have to prevent. So from knee on belly, I'm telling him, guys, knees, elbows to the ribs, elbows to the ribs. You do not have your elbows, you're making space for the guys to come in. But if you have your elbow glued to your ribs, the person will not be able to isolate the arm and will not be able to do the arm bar submission or many other submissions for that matter. Shoulder locks, triangles, and so on will not be possible as long as the elbow is stuck to the ribs. Now I'm coaching on the knee on belly escape. One of the escapes is to spin under like so. Obviously, it's a new drill, but it's a nice way to practice, is to kind of see the application of the techniques, and then we'll drill them later. So Open guard situation, down guard standing. I'm trying to control the legs. Now I'm trying to explore a little bit my ground and pound. So bringing the hips forward and landing a couple strikes over here. Now, very important to have hip pressure so you don't fall back and have a nice wide base so the person can't make you fall. Now, when we're practicing ground and pound, you don't even need to touch, really. I'm going to touch his face. I'm going to land my strike, but guys, no power. You don't need any power in this situation for the other person to know that they're open. They can see it and they feel it, okay? But you don't need to hurt your partner. Safety is very important. So pinning the wrist down, that's a very nice move made popular by Habib Nurmagomedov. So pinning one arm and then using the other one to strike. That's a very nice little ground and pound technique for you guys. So controlling one arm and then striking. Now I go into guard pass and I coach him on how to redirect my energy and retain guard. Now open guard situation again. He's trying to get in on the legs, going for a sweep. I'm staying heavy, a nice wide base, and I allow him to sweep me. And then I'm coaching him on what to do after. You want to sweep the guy, and then you want to immediately get up on top by controlling the ankles. But he overcommits and allows me to sweep him again. So that's a common mistake when we're starting guard passing, overcommitting, which will lead to a sweep or sometimes a submission. So now I'm in here. I coach him again on how to control my ankles, sweep me, and I ball up. Here he gets on top. Now I'm in on the leg. I want to practice a little bit of my leg locks over here. So wrapping up a leg, some type of ashigarami position. Ashi, leg entanglement. I'm trying to hold on to the leg and I'm coaching him on the defense at the same time. I'm telling him what to do to escape. Push away, try to clear the knee line, fight the grip. Controlling the top leg over here, try to immobilize him. But he escapes. And I wrap up the inside triangle leg position, or otherwise known as inside senkaku, in order to isolate the leg. And I go for an inside heel hook on that side. Now he's fighting it. I'm coaching him on trying to punch me, so I'm seeing if I'm safe from punches over here. And there we go. So the leg is here. Now I have the bite. I'm warning him that the tap is coming. He's not necessarily experienced heel hooks in the past, and I want to go extra slow on the finish. I do want to know where my finish is, and I want to be able to finish, but I'm going to go super, super slow. Give him time to tap, and he feels it and taps. Heel hooks, very dangerous because there's not a lot of give in that ligament on the side of the knee. Now, this was a birthday present for Rodel. I said we'll go a couple rounds and have fun. And I was expecting him to have enough at this point, but he said he wanted to continue. So great. I was happy to oblige and have more fun. So now another situation here, I gave him my back. I said, hey, let's start from here. So that's another important tool when you are practicing with people who have less experience. Put yourself in bad situations and help them practice their offense. Review your defense. Say I'm dropping my back to the mat and I'm coaching him on how to retain back control by switching sides. I'm coaching him on how to get the grip he needs to choke. A little bit of mistake here, crossing the ankles. He goes under and he lets go of one of the hooks. Again, that's another mistake. You do not want to let go of any one of the hooks. And see my right hip here is free because he has no hook. And we use that to escape. I'm just hanging out there, doing a little bit of grip fighting in the meantime, controlling the arms. That's pretty much the only thing you can do when you're inside back control. You really want to have a good grip fighting going on, and there it is. I just spin around into top half guard because he did not have his hook in. And here I give him my back again. I say, hey, let's go, take my back. And he sinks the arm underneath the chin, but now he doesn't post on his hand in order to retain, stay low on the back, which allows me to do the shake-off escape, as you can see here. So when you are in top turtle and you have the back, you do want to be ready to post so that you don't slide off. Then give him the guard pass again. Starting in bad position, he gets here, top mount. I want to work a little bit the defense against the ground and pound, so protecting myself by burying my head and controlling the body. And on the way down, boom, bridge and roll to escape the full mount position. We saw that in the full mount video. So here, now he's got some type of grip, his forearm is in my neck, but it's not really a submission and he's forcing too much, so I'm telling him to relax. It's not worth the effort to try to finish there. It's not really a submission. So here, I'm telling him here to break my posture, very important. So whenever your partner, you feel that he doesn't really know what to do, he's not doing the right thing, you can definitely coach him, and that's good if you have more experience, if you're an instructor especially, or if you're a coach of some kind. You do want to help the people you spar with if you have more experience. Now, guillotine defense, I'm seeing if he's able to finish the guillotine. As you can see, I'm tripoding on my toes, a lot of shoulder pressure in the chest, preventing him from going to his right side, which is what he would need in order to finish the guillotine. But I'm pinning him to the ground so he can't do so, and I'm grip fighting at the same time. Can't quite see this there, but I'm grip fighting the guillotine grip in order for the choke not to work. So right here, fighting the grip, and eventually freeing my head. There we go. So I'm back in his guard. Working a little bit of ground and pound some more. Isolating both wrists with one hand in order to land a strike. So I'm coaching him now on escaping the grip that I'm doing. So if I pin one arm over here, he wants to get that arm free. That's his priority, because otherwise he will eat some strikes as long as I'm controlling one of his arms. So you must let it get it free, and that's what I'm telling him right now. He does, and that allows him to pursue the interaction. Little half guard over here. Knee shield. Now working my ground and pound again. Try to get rid of the knee shield, but he brings it back. I'm coaching him on how to frame on the shoulder in order to prevent against those punches. And the other shoulder will do the job of blocking the other side. I can come under with an uppercut, but he needs to goaltend both options, on top and underneath with that arm. But then his goal would be to escape. Once he's safe from strikes, you just want to work on his frames, creating distance and technical get up to get back to his feet. Beautifully done. And we're back to the striking range. So back to striking, a couple punches, blocked, working the angles, the distance, adjusting my headgear. Nice little combo, but he was there for the counter, right? So strike. Now what I'm telling him is you come in, and then when you finish your interaction, you come out, and then the same mistake again. So now I'm gonna show him how it's done. So come in, strike, come out. So a lot of top fighters do that. Come in, come out. Demetrius Johnson is the best probably for those types of evasive movements. So don't be there. Rodel applies it beautifully right after. So he strikes and he's out of there. So I cannot counter strike him at this point anymore. So very good striking strategy for you guys. Little leg kick. Almost lose my balance. Strike, strike, block and counter. We'll answer the phone technique, blocking the leg kick. Here to the face, to the body, kicking, side kick to the knee, very effective strike, I like it a lot. Turning side kick, controlled, obviously, you want to control the power of those strikes. Little shield block, and it goes on top and bottom. I'm changing my posture a little bit, and yeah, jumping jab, very cool. Jab again, working on his defense, working at the body. Leg to the body. Here, there we go. This is doing a good job of mixing the variety of strikes. Here, I like that little trip on the way out. This gives us the clinch very often. Here, wrapping up the head. I'm going, I believe, for a anaconda choke to wrap up the hand underneath the armpit and do kind of rear naked choke grip and spin around. I don't feel I can finish it from here. I don't really have the right angle, so I switch and get to my knees, and it's always better to be on top anyways. And I switch it in, sneak my arm in order to get the Darce choke, D''ARCE, or also known as Bravo choke. And there it is, lift the shoulder, lift the elbows in order to get the finish. And that's our little sparring session and Rodel's birthday party. So go ahead and leave in the comments below. Congratulate him on this little session. He did a very good job. Less than a year of training. So very good student and martial artist. If you enjoy little sparring commentaries like this one, please leave a comment below. Tell us so. We'll be happy to make more of these in the future. And we will be doing more awesome content and video tutorials for techniques in martial arts in every range of fighting in the future. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. You will get to stay tuned for a lot of good content in the future. Till next time, I'm Patrick Fulop. This is Effective Martial Arts. Remember, practice well, safety first, and use these techniques only for self-defense.